Yo, ye wolves among sheep, you lions, tigers, and bears among rodents and cockroaches. I hope you're having a phenomenal day, like a phenom. Ever since I started posting these videos on my feed, there will be all these other dudes posting the same kind of content, and they're all smoking a cigar. Which I was thinking, because there's this one dude I follow that does this kind of thing. He likes to smoke a cigar. It's a good substitute for filler words. You know, you got to think about your next thought. Just next thought. I don't know if that's why they do it, but I'm not even kidding. 4 different dudes, all with channels bigger than 200K subscribers, all talking about life, what it means to be a man, their own unique experience, and enjoying a stogie. Can't blame them. There are so many freaking homeless people where I live. It's honestly disgusting. But I can't help to think, like, how did this happen? Because I'm trying to put myself in their shoes. Say I go to Vegas and go completely bonkers, lose all my money, go into debt. I mean, I would have to burn every single bridge in my life with my family. Say I lost all my family, they all die, I have no money. I mean, I could probably couch surf for a while before I really had to get kicked out of the doors of everywhere. Say I'm in debt and I lose my job. However it happens, let's say I'm homeless. I mean, it would take so much, dude. And I have mixed feelings about how every individual should treat a homeless person. I mean, I've certainly given my fair share of donations, but I've certainly declined my fair share. I was in Atlanta one time, and these homeless people kept following me, so I would do the fake phone call, and then I would act like I have a foreign accent, or I'm talking a language that doesn't exist. And they just turn the other way, and it works. But sometimes I feel bad about that. But in Nashville, I mean, if I were to give a donation to every single homeless person, I would be homeless. It's a real problem. There's a funny comedy bit by Ari Matty. He's like, you ever look at a homeless person and think to yourself, must be nice to just completely say fuck it to everything. I think there's some wisdom in there. Definitely don't think you should say screw it to everything. But it's got to be freeing to an extent, you know? I mean, sleeping in the rain doesn't sound pleasing. I've done it once, and when I was camping, I didn't use a rain fly. It's not fun. But there's no way these homeless people want to be homeless. I think it's just ultimate laziness. I mean, they're still humans, made in the image of God. I used to work with homeless people, actually, not with them. Not really for them, but I would serve them when I worked at this psych hospital. A lot of homeless patients. So here's what I would do if I were homeless, because I learned a thing or two. If you absolutely need a meal and shelter, like a hurricane's coming or something, you're going to go to a hospital and you're going to tell them that you're having ideations. And I know there's like YouTube regulations on using words that mean off yourself. So I'm going to try to beat around those, work my way around them, but you know what I'm saying. You go to the hospital, go to the emergency room and tell them that you want to off yourself. They are required by law, at least in Tennessee, to at least see you, check you in. And they'll often take you to a place like where I used to work at, a psych hospital, to get evaluated and to get therapy. But along with that comes meal and shelter, a roof over your head. And a lot of the patients in the acute unit, that's exactly what they were doing. They knew the system and they knew how to work it. The only problem is the help that was provided for them afterwards, they didn't do anything. They kept using drugs, any money that was given to them. They wouldn't listen to their social workers. There I go using a filler word. And that's not good. It's got to, most of the time it has to do with drugs. They're just addicted. They got to get their fix. But every once in a while, you'll have a homeless person that maybe made a few poor decisions. They're not addicted to drugs. Maybe they burned too many bridges. They're homeless and they're not addicted to drugs and they want to do something about it. Here's what I would do. Find any restaurant. Dude, these restaurants throw away so much leftover food. Just wait outside there. I would spend a day at least, with the cardboard sign, homeless help me. I wouldn't do one of those, why lie, I need money for weed, or pussy ain't cheap. Like, those just really repel me and do not make me want to give them a donation. Some people might work on, I don't know. But I'm curious. I would just see how much money I could collect, because someone told me a statistic. I'm not sure if this is true. In fact, I kind of don't think it's true, but they said they make more than minimum wage when they sit out there for like 8 hours, which is crazy to think about. People do give them food, but I would get my food from leftovers at a restaurant. I would go to soup kitchens if I found one, go to churches. I mean, go in a church. Like, you will find help there. Like, if you truly want to help yourself, go to a church. Those people will serve you and provide you with resources, maybe even a home-cooked meal and a bed with clean sheets. Go to a freaking church. But my efforts, my mission as a homeless person would be to secure a job so that I could eventually support myself. In order to get a job, you need an interview. Also, side note, all these people, these homeless people have iPhones. I don't know how they're paying a phone bill, or if they're using WhatsApp, or how they're getting these Wi-Fi passwords. I don't know. They just got them. They got freaking iPhones, which is crazy to me. Just sell the iPhone and then that's like a freaking month's rent right there. But you can search for jobs on your iPhone. First thing I would do, we're gonna say I don't have a car. A lot of them somehow secure a car as well, but my first expense as a homeless person is a membership at a YMCA or the cheapest gym I can find. Planet Fitness is it's like $7 a month or something crazy. Like, it's so cheap. Gotta get in the gym, get in shape, make yourself presentable. But the main thing you have the membership for is a shower and then the occasional free snacks they give out. You gotta get yourself cleaned up for this job interview, all right? Get freaking any job interview. Go to freaking McDonald's. I've seen some homeless people working at McDonald's. I used to live in some sketchy apartments in town. There was this homeless dude that would stand outside your apartment and hold your door open for you, hoping for tips. I mean, kind of ridiculous, but I do respect the grind. Get this job interview and freaking study up for that thing on your iPhone. Have someone practice interview one of your homeless buddies. I would try not to associate with homeless people. I would do that as least as possible. I've seen these homeless villages with tents and a freaking walkway of wooden pallets and a grill. They're having grill outs, cookouts with the boys, all the homeless people. They're just camping out every day by the river. But I try not to associate with them because who knows what they'll plant in your mind. Some people justify it. Some people think it's like an adventurous life, or Who doesn't want to have a home? The homeless life? Come on. Can't justify that to me. Secure the job, okay? Freaking show up so early. I mean, you're literally not doing anything else. Take advantage of every free meal they give you, if any. Then eventually you'll build a relationship with someone in there and let them know your struggle. They'll probably do something to help you. They might even let you sleep in the office or the restaurant or wherever it is. I've heard stories of that too. Get a membership so you can get yourself clean and get a job. And some gyms might even have like a free month trial. I would take advantage of every single free trial that there ever was. Gosh, it just pisses me off, like the people that are in the grocery store just walking around, they're just like, can you buy my groceries? They already got their cart full to the rim. I'm like, dude, no. Like, if you're that hungry, you freaking just go into the grocery store and eat it. Eat the apple. Just go grab an apple and eat it. They're just sitting out there for you. They're not gonna arrest you, and if they do, then you got shelter. And I also learned that's the reason a lot of them get arrested is because they just need a meal and a place to sleep. It's really sad. But just go freaking eat the apple. Go grab a freaking crown of broccoli and just eat it raw. Someone will pay for it. Something will happen, but don't. I don't know. I think there's certain ways to go about things. You could do the hospital route, but listen to your freaking social worker. They know what they're talking about. They will help you get a job. They'll help you find a place to stay. I will say these shelters, a lot of the times, these homeless people have gotten in so much trouble that they can't get into shelters that are good, and there are some bad shelters out there where there's a lot of violence, a lot of not good things that go on there. So I would try to dodge those. But only beg for a day just to see what's up. Now, if you beg for a day and you make like $500 or something, it's going to be hard to say no and to stop doing that. But have a little bit of pride. I mean, go earn something. And I would tell myself every single day that this is going to be part of my story. The homeless season. It's only a season. What's her name? Famous folk artist, Jewel. She was on the Joe Rogan podcast years ago. My favorite episode still. It's one of the only ones I've listened to 3 times at least. She was homeless, living on the street, but she held on so strong to her values. At one point, she couldn't pay rent, and her landlord offered her a discount. He would give her free rent if she would sleep with him. And she was like, I cannot compromise. And she went back out on the streets rather than compromising her values, which I respect so much. And now she can tell that story and inspire all these people. You can get clothing. We have a lot of donations that we do at the hospital, at the church. Go to a church. A lot of your answers are going to be, all of them, honestly. But the main concerns when you're homeless: food, shelter, warmth/clothing. But then something to sustain yourself, like a way to make money. I mean, go be an assistant for someone like me who will just pay you cash. And just be like, yo, run this errand for me, here's a 20. Like, if I say run an errand, they might steal my car. That won't be good. But then we'll just track them down and mess them up. I just think there's so many, like, no one is too far gone. I wonder what goes on in their head. Do they tell themselves they're too far gone, or are they, there's no way they're so delusional that they think they're going to be something great but never do anything about it. This goes back to knowledge is power versus applied knowledge is power. The true power is in applied knowledge. You can know how to get rich, but if you're not rich, then do you really know? I'm sure not rich, but I'll tell you one thing. All these dudes who make these videos similar to this, smoking their cigars, they are some sharp men. They got some wisdom, and they have great lives. And everyone says, for the content game, consistency is key. So if that's the knowledge, here we are trying to apply it. We'll see what happens. I want to be the guinea pig. People say work hard, work diligently, chase your dreams, you can be whatever you want. Well, we're going to see. We are going to see. But I mean, I just don't think you should be homeless for more than a month. Like, if you are homeless, you have nowhere to be, nothing to do, nothing on your schedule, no work to show up to, probably no one that you're trying to impress or do something for, no assignments or deadlines. It's all just a bunch of quests. Today we're gonna get food. Today we're gonna re-up on crack. Today we're gonna smoke crack. That's their Friday. Do you think they even know like what day of the week it is? I guess their iPhone will tell them. But you're literally doing nothing. It's survival mode. But you got to be prudent. Think ahead. Figure out how to secure that job, all right? Whenever you have a meal, eat every single bit of it, even after you're full, because you don't know when the next one's coming. That's probably goes without saying. Do push-ups, dude. Like, anything. I don't think you should necessarily be like reading a book or spending too much energy working out. But when you stay at the hospital, people will stay there for up to 2 weeks. It's like 5 days, 5 to 14 days is like the typical stay when I was working there. You're telling me in that time you can't come up with a plan or at least something to try? You got to have some kind of skill. Maybe you can draw pictures and sell them. Maybe you can like chop firewood, cut the grass. I mean, there are freaking options. So that's your shelter solution. Go to a church or a hospital. Food, same thing. Go steal from a grocery store. They might be like, oh, you stole an apple, so you have to sweep aisle 7. Clean up on aisle 7. Homeless Johnny, we need you. Pay off that apple. And Johnny might be like, well, I'll clean up aisle 8 for another apple too. Bang. Now you're negotiating. Now you're not hungry anymore. I do have pity for them, especially the vets. I just feel like there can't be any homeless case except for children who are homeless with their families. But any case that wasn't brought upon themselves. The shower is going to be important, especially for the job interview, and some clean clothes. But heck, I mean, if you got nowhere to be, shower with your clothes on. Just go to the gym, turn the shower on, hot water, wear your clothes, take them all off, wring them out, soak them in some soap, and then just sit there until they're dry. Because where else do you got to be? Then they're dry, bang. Apply for a job interview. And I mean, for a cheap place to live, depending on the city, we'll say $500 a month. I've heard of cheaper rents in expensive cities, but we'll say $500 a month is what you need. Dude, you can make $500 working a job or two in half that time. You can even pay a guy with a dog to sleep in the doghouse. Just be like, yo, I'll give you $20 a night or something. Well, that's like $600 a month, but just be like, I'll give you $200 a month, or gosh, who knows? But they all know how to use Uber. That's another thing. These people aren't idiots. They're surviving in the streets, you know? Got to have a sense of purpose. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. He talks about man's greatest desire is having meaning in their life, finding purpose. He was a Holocaust survivor, went to Auschwitz, saw the worst of it, lost his whole family to the Holocaust, and was a psychiatrist, so he's analyzing the whole time. But in those dark moments, his purpose was survival, so that he could bring his life's work into the world, which is this concept he calls logotherapy, which is exactly what we said about how finding purpose and fulfillment in your life comes from discovering that, which is your purpose. Or finding meaning comes from discovering your purpose. When you're homeless, it's survival and getting out of the rat race, the cockroach race. I don't know if you should give free money out to all the homeless people you see. I think it depends. Depends on the case. You got to take an evaluation and see, are they genuinely trying? I gave, one time I almost died. So I went and I bought a lottery ticket, and then I won it. And then I went to the liquor store to celebrate. I was in college back when I drank. Saw a homeless guy outside the liquor store. He was asking for money, and I said, look, life is precious, brother. I almost died about an hour ago. I was on a rope swing, caught a root because I went way too far back, and I straight up Georgia the jungled this tree. Held onto the rope for my dear life so I could fall in the water and not into the rocks. I was like, life's precious, man. Here's 20 bucks. I'm gonna stand right here. You're not walking in that liquor store. You're gonna go right down there to what was it, Potbelly Deli. Go get you a sandwich, all right? Go figure out your next move. See you in church on Sunday. He said, thank you, God bless you. I said, God bless you too, brother. Godspeed. But it's case by case. I've seen like people give meals out of their cars to these people, and I think that's very generous. But the drug addicts, like, we just know what you're doing. You're like a black hole for society. You know, money is the time and effort of men's work, and you're spending it on your own consumption when it's not contributing anything to yourself or society. It's only taking away from people's time and efforts and taking away from your life, shortening it. And then we got people giving out syringes and heroin, crack smoking kits. Like, my gosh. It's the whole, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink thing. I don't know if there's anything we can actually do to get rid of the homeless problem. I think a lot of it is self-inflicted. I think the horse has to drink the water. I think the homeless people need to freaking pull themselves up by their bootstraps and focus on survival in the next move. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, especially if you have faith. Really, only if you have faith. And with that, I hope you have a blessed day.